Happy Saturday, everybody. Hi, what's up, The Informed? Mr. Calor, am I saying it right? Miss Terry. Lord, I always want to say Mr. What's up, Tawanda? Hey, CJ. What's up, Quake? What's up? Yes, honey. Thank y'all. I had to get my braid. It's about the when the braids come out, y'all already know, right? When the braids come out, thank you. And I'm doing something different. It's a little shorter, giving me a little different vibe. But I like it. My hair hurt a little bit, child. Ooh, my hair hurt a little bit. But I like it. So thank you guys. Thank you. So we are here to talk about Belle Collective Birmingham. Baby, I really wish I had the energy to come and talk about this thing last night because I just had some thoughts. What I want to say is this. First of all, so far we're in episode 4 and I'm still enjoying the show. However, I honestly think that I'm just in the minority when it comes to my opinions about some of these women. But we'll get there when we get there. So let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, thank you, Nay. Thank you. Now look at the first day of school fresh. Shut up. Thank you, T. What's up? What's up, T? So we are still at Stormy's 48-hour live stream over on TikTok. And again, this is the part of the show that I'm absolutely loving. And I pray that we never change this. Carlos King, hear me and hear me well. Last time I addressed you directly, I clipped it and I tagged you and you heard me. So I don't know, do I need to clip it and tag this again? But Carlos, please don't go left. Please don't go left. This show is so good. And I love that we are seeing my only complaint isn't the word because I'm not complaining. My only suggestion maybe is as we go deeper into this season, and we're going to wait and see. We still have more episodes to go, is that we get more into the other ladies' business. But I love how we are getting this canvas beauty behind the scenes. I love how we are seeing how these live streams go down. And you know what else I love? Even though I know in the moment it stressed Stormy the hell out. You know what else I love? I love how we saw how a very simple mistake, can lead to a public nightmare. Like a public, what's the word I'm looking for? Public something. I'm looking for a word. Something as simple as her CFO, Amber. Now, Amber, I like you, Amber, but Amber, this was on you. She literally told you what to do. You weren't listening. What's up, Powerful? She literally told you what to do. When y'all had y'all little prep right before, she told you which box to pin this box. This is what y'all were going to be selling first. Then y'all were going to be selling this. Then y'all were going to be selling that. Girl, she told you what to do. You either did not understand her when she was explaining it, or you weren't listening because you thought you knew. Like, we had already gone over this. We had already rehearsed this. We had already practiced this. So I knew what we were doing. But like Stormy said, I'm telling you that there have been some changes. Like she literally said, there have been some changes. Obviously Amber didn't do it on purpose. Obviously Amber didn't have any ill intent. But for those of us that are consumers on the other side, you see how easy a mistake can be made. And I feel like a lot of times, hey, thank you. I feel like a lot of times we as consumers are so quick to come down on a black, I'm gonna call a thing, on a black business. We are so quick to do it that something like this is so easy for a mistake to be made. So I like that we saw how easy a mistake can be made, right? And we literally had to sit there in real time and watch Stormy figure out, okay, this is what happened. we had 1,000 people that may be getting the wrong order. She didn't know whether they were going to get the wrong order or not. But she was like, not only is it confusing right now during this live, it's going to be confusing when these orders go to the warehouse. And when these people start getting the bundle instead of the box, when they thought they were getting the box, what they're going to start doing? They're going to start making TikTok videos. They're going to start posting on social media. They're going to start tagging Stormmy. And she said, they don't tag Canvas Beauty. They tag Stormmy because they know Stormmy. And they make videos about Stormmy. They don't say Canvas, the warehouse effed up my order, or TikTok effed up my order. They say, well, Stormmy effed up my order. And I feel like I like that we saw that, so that we as consumers saw how easy it is for something to just get messed up. It was a simple mistake. It was no ill intent on anybody on Stormy's team. They clearly had the inventory. They clearly had the product. It was just a mistake. And I like that we saw it. And I like that we saw her have to sit there in real time and figure out the solution, and then literally go out there and say, hey, y'all, I know y'all are confused. Hey, I'm confused too, but this is what I'm going to do for you. I think more business owners, it don't take much. Listen, can we just be honest for a minute? For all of us as consumers, baby, it don't take much to make us happy. I think most of us understand that mistakes happen. Now, that we have the extreme people who don't, but most of us understand that, baby, mistakes happen. Shit happens. And if you say, look, y'all, we're going to throw some extra products in that box. We are so sorry if you get if your order got screwed up, we're apologizing right now. And for everybody that has already placed the order, we're going to put $50 worth of free product in your box. So when you get your box, you're going to have some free stuff. Do y'all know how much we get happy over free shit? So anyway, I just thought that was I thought that was cool. Again, I know in the moment Stormmy wasn't feeling it, but I love that we got a chance to see it, because I think most of us don't understand the other. If you haven't worked in retail, and certainly something this hot, high price, my words are escaping me right now. Pressure cooker of a situation where you have to really think on your feet and be like, okay, here, take this. Oh, okay, that didn't happen. Okay, cool. Let me do this. So anyway, moving right along. I feel like I done drugged that on for long enough. Then Martell shows up. Now, y'all already know I don't have nothing for Martell, okay? I have nothing nice to say about Martell. I don't understand why he's there, other than what I told y'all last week why he's there. He's there because Stormmy wanted to throw it in them Love and Marriage Huntsville people's faces. She just does. I mean, one thing I'm learning about Stormmy, and I certainly learned last week's episode and this week's episode, Stormy's petty. Stormmy is beautiful. Stormmy is successful. Stormmy is a great business owner. She's got a lot of beautiful accolades that I will never take away from her. But Stormy's petty. And I think that is really your only reason. Her only reason for bringing Martell was to be petty. I noticed this week how she talked about her accolades as it relates to TikTok live selling. Now, y'all know that the mellow meters are going to take that and run all day long with it. Okay? The mellow meters are going to take that thing and they're going to run all the way down. Right. They're going to compare. They're going to say she was throwing digs at Mel because Mel be doing her lives on TikTok. She was throwing digs at Mel. Listen, she probably was. Because Stormy's petty. So she probably was throwing digs at 7th Avenue Beauty and what Mel does over on her TikTok lives, because she just kept talking about how successful her lives were, how she was the first to do this and the first to do that and the first to do this and the first to do that. So for all of the mellow meters that want to make videos and talk their shit, go for it. Because I believe that she was. I just believe that she was. Anyway, but what I will say is I don't have nothing for Mr. Martell. But what I will say is Fumi, y'all. Fumi just don't sit right in my spirit. She just don't. Y'all. And it's not personal. Like I don't personally dislike her. I don't know her. But Fumi, that whole conversation about spending her husband's money and it's her money and those are his kids. Yeah, I had them, but those are his kids. And don't buy a man nothing before you get that ring. Don't you buy him no gifts for his birthday. And if you gonna spend money on him, don't spend more than $50 on him. See, Fumi, it's women like you is the reason why these women running around here now single and getting dogged out by men. What up, JB? Did you get my message? I'm so sorry. I forgot to respond. Oh yeah, you responded. I'm so sorry. I read your message and totally forgot to respond. My bad. I did not like the conversation. And again, I hate that it was with Martell because again, Martell, I'm not giving him a pass. But I just didn't agree. You know, she was like, I've been spending she said $20. I'm my bad, powerful. She said $20. You know, she talking about something. I spend my husband's money and he loves every minute of it. Yeah, well, first of all, that remains to be seen because he wasn't loving every minute of you trying to buy that house that y'all can't afford. He wasn't loving that. And you talking about a husband. Like, and I know people are going to be like, well, she's just joking. That's just her personality. This is the second time we had to see this type of conversation with her about men and women and what men should do. When she said that a man ain't supposed to care about where he live, he just supposed to pay for it because she the one that's going to be cooking in the kitchen and she the one that's going to be cleaning the house. So why does it matter where he live? Yeah, y'all, listen. I'm going to say this later on when we talk about Tiffany. So I'm going to say it now. Every joke isn't a lie. Just because you said it in a comedic way, just because you kind of joked about it, doesn't mean you don't believe what you're saying. I think Fumi speaks between two different cultures. A lot of African cultures have that same mentality. Okay, maybe. You texted me, boo. That was all me, JB. That was all me. But the conversation, again, is it that deep? It ain't that deep, but it just seems like, you know, I do like that Stormy brought the ladies on. Of course, we're promoting a show. She knew that they were filming for the show before we knew that she was filming for the show. So I loved how she brought those women on. So that certainly now we have the footage of it. If those of you who watched the live might remember them being on there. I don't watch a lot of those type of things on TikTok because I don't need to watch a 5-hour advertisement. That just remind me of infomercials. I don't need to watch them. But I know a lot of people do. You know what I mean? I know a lot of people do. Kayla's boyfriend showed up, and I find it interesting how last episode they asked Fumi, do you think that that she's got daddy issues? And Fumi was like, like she ain't say it, but she said it kind of thing. Now this week after you met him, I really like him. He makes her happy, and I mean that's all that matters to me. Okay, girl. Yeah, it is very much so, V Spencer. Those TikToks and Amazon Lives are very much like that. And don't get me wrong, if I had the opportunity to do one, I would certainly do one and sell a product. Like, I ain't saying that they're bad ideas because people clearly, Stormy makes millions of dollars. I mean, after that 48-hour live, she said, hell, Lala made $1 million. No, she said Lala sold $1 million worth of product. I don't know what her cut is, but if you sell $1 million worth of product, hell, even if Lala's only getting a 30% cut off the profit for 48 hours, she just made $300,000. Hell, I'll take it. Yeah, honey, the vacation head's out, honey. Like, hell, I'll take it. 48, baby. And then they said, well, Lala pushed it to 56 hours. I guess the fuck she did. She was looking at them numbers and was like, wait a minute, I sold how much? I made how much money? Oh, yeah, I can give him another 6 hours. I can give him another 8 hours. Hell yeah. For 48 hours of you just sitting on a live, talking to people, dancing, being silly, like, you walked away. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, but like I said, let's just say she only getting a 30% cut. I take 30% of $1 million. Hell, for 2 days, bitch. What? I'll take it. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I would do an Amazon live. I would do a TikTok live. I'm just saying, for me to sit there and just sit in the audience and watch them, that's not my thing. But anyway, so now we saw Amber's niece who lives with her. She is over the social media for Canvas Beauty, and she was doing a lot of things. So, you know, like a lot of those like in between skits and things to keep the people, you know, paying attention and stuff like that. We saw she did a dance, sort of like a tango type situation. We saw that she was doing like a lot of little different things or whatever. And Kayla made the comment, and here's the part that I didn't understand. Kayla, when you said it, when you made the comment, oh my gosh, she's got so much energy. I mean, is she on something? When you said that and everybody looked at you crazy and nobody really thought it was funny, that wasn't your clue? That wasn't your clue to be like, oh, maybe the joke wasn't funny. Oh, I was just joking, y'all. Like, I don't really mean the girl is on drugs. Like, that didn't. So you felt like it was a good idea to turn around and then say it under her Instagram post? Let's be clear. It's never funny to joke about somebody being on drugs. And what I mean by it's never funny, yes, we've laughed about jokes about people being on drugs. But what I mean is, in that environment, when you're really, this is somebody you don't know like that's their work environment. Like you post that under their real, like, it's not funny in that capacity. Let me just put it like that. Because I mean, we do laugh about people being on drugs. Like, that's not what I mean. But in that, like, I would never say that to somebody that's working under their Instagram post about them being on drugs. How many lines did you do? Girl, what? And just because you started it off by saying, oh my gosh, you got so much energy, you did such a great job. Girl, did you do a couple of lines? Just because you started off with a compliment doesn't change what you said. What that says to me is you meant what you said. Because for you to say it amongst them and just joke, okay, again, when you realize that people didn't think it was that funny, you probably would, you know. But the fact that you turn around and put it on her Instagram post, girl, Kayla's a sneaky one. And Amber, at first I thought maybe you was blowing it out of proportion and maybe you was doing too much. But now Amber, I'm kind of like, I might need to keep an eye on Miss Kayla. Because I think Miss Kayla is a little tricky. I think Miss Kayla's a little bit much. I'm just thinking. I see other Black businesses following Stormy's model. I can't scroll on TikTok without seeing the Black hair company. Yeah, Baskin Lather. I think it's Baskin Lather. Yeah, you're right. They do a lot of those too. Yeah. Kayla, because baby, Amber and her little niece was coming for your ass. Now, what I found funny was when Amber and the niece were having this conversation, right? And hey, what's up, Lyric? Hey, boo. Yes, honey, this is my vacation hair, honey. I had to unleash the vacation hair, honey. I feel like that was a funny scene because I love how Amber stopped her from, what did she say? She said something. She called her a hoe, and Amber was like, stop cussing. And she was like, girl, that's not a cuss word. But then later on, when Denise said something about beating her ass, she ain't say nothing. I said, now that's the cuss word. I mean, technically, you know. Girl, you ain't stopping from saying that. Kayla is a shit starter, but wants to backpedal when it's confronted. Yeah, because again, at first I thought maybe you was doing a little, maybe they was being a little too much when they was talking about Kayla and this damn not speaking to me. But now I'm like, yeah, she wanted to curse her out. That's what it was. But what I love is that Amber was like, "Well, you grown." She was like, I don't," because she said when I see her on site, it's gonna be a problem. And Amber told her, "Well, that's kind of not how I really want you to handle it, but you grown, and I can't make you handle it any different." But when they went out for the boxing, Amber got it together. But we're gonna talk about it. This next scene we see is really just, again, this is basically Stormy just talking about the live and talking about how much falls on her shoulders. When when things don't go right, how people go to social media and how that's going to come on her. And she was just real emotional about it. Again, I think it was a needed moment because I think people need to understand that. Then we see Stormy talking to her, oh Lord, I should have wrote it down. Her chief advisor, Chanel, her chief advisor. And she's telling Chanel they're talking about the live and all that good stuff. She acts like a dingbat. Who, Kayla? Child. I think she deserves a good cussing out. I agree. I listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. I don't disagree with y'all. Now, here's where my tables turn on Miss Stormy. Again, I'm never gonna take away all of the thing, and I like Stormy. I do. But what I also am noticing about Miss Stormy, you okay, let's talk about it. So Stormy is telling Chanel about what happened at the game night and why she uninvited Tiffany and the whole sweep my car, sweep situation. And again, when your friends tell you something like that, Chanel's response is what Chanel's response was supposed to be. Like, what? She said, what? Oh, hell no. Like, I don't know how I feel about that. That's what her response was supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel no kind of way about that. Amber has decided she's going to freeze her eggs. So she took her mom with her. Baby, her mother is funny because she asked her mama to go with her. Her mama was like, I'm going to go. This whole freezing your eggs thing, I don't really understand that. And I'm going to go with you and everything. But just know that if you had a man, you wouldn't need to do all of that. And Amber said her mother's even asked her, girl, are you gay? Like, why you don't have a man? And her mama said, listen, I'm just a good old country girl. Like, all this stuff, I don't get it. So they went to the doctor's office, and the doctor went through all the different things and the side effects and what's going on. And Amber explained why she wanted to do it. She said, look, I want to have kids traditionally, but I had a cousin who got pregnant. I believe her cousin was 40 or something. And she was just talking about, she said she ended up having a healthy baby, but it was a lot more health-wise, for her to do it. And that she wished she had frozen her eggs. So she said, listen, this is what I want to do. And maybe I won't need it, maybe I'll be able to have, kids the old-fashioned way. But right now, baby, that ain't it. And I know I want children. And again, I don't see nothing wrong with that. We talked about that with Quad. Dr. Jackie tried to get Quad to do that for years, and Quad wouldn't do it, and now she regrets it. I think as more and more women are choosing career and choosing to postpone, some are choosing, some don't have the opportunity because you may not have met the man that you want to have kids with. So I think as more and more women are making those decisions, if they know they want children, I don't think and they have the money and the wherewithal to do it, I don't see anything wrong with it. Me personally, I didn't think I wanted kids. So it wasn't an issue for me. Like when I got to be 34, 35 and I didn't have no children, it wasn't a time clock thing for me because I was like, oh, well, I guess I just ain't gonna have no kids. Because I wasn't, but if I were one of those people that wanted children, now what I do regret, I wish I had sold my eggs. I'm telling you what I know. I wish I knew then what I know now at like 29. Because they say after 30, they don't really pay you a lot of money. But before 30, they pay big money for eggs. Baby, I sure would have sold some of these eggs. I sure would have. You can have them. They pay good money for some healthy eggs. Hey. So, okay, so they did. So they went to it was a good moment. Again, her mother kept bringing up, well, you know, if you had a man, if you had a man. And you know what I love that her mother said? Her mother was like, I'm not going to stop saying it. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like you need to get you a man. So I'm not going to stop bringing up if you had a man. I'm not going to stop saying it. So you can get mad all you want about me saying it, but I'm not going to stop. And I was like, you know what? I can't even be mad at your mama about that. Because at least she letting you know I'm not going to stop. Because that's how I feel. I feel like you need to go find you a man and do this the old-fashioned way. You know. The ladies get together for a boxing class. We have Amber, Kayla, Tiffany, and maybe it was just the three of them. With the Keelan go? Kylan? Is that her name? Kylan? Did she go? Right. Mama was like, I said what I said. You wish you had known too quick, baby. I wish I had known. I sure would have sold these things. They could have had them because I ain't do nothing with them. Hell, I could have made some money off of them. Shit. But anyway, I probably just would have blown it to trips to Miami. I probably wouldn't have done with them. Listen, I probably wouldn't have saved none of that money. I probably wouldn't have put none of that money in the bank. I damn sure wouldn't have bought no stock because I wasn't even thinking about buying stock at 28. So you know what? All I did was probably save myself a couple of trips to Miami. Because back then, baby, me and my friends was flying to Miami like it wasn't shit. It was Tiffany. What's the other? Is it Kiera? Is that her name, Kiera? I keep wanting to say Colin, but maybe her name is Kiera. But I know it was Tiffany. I know it was Kayla, and I know it was Amber. But I feel like it was the other lady was there at the boxing. And she was there because that's when she told Tiffany that she was offensive. She was there. What is her name, y'all? Is it Kyla or Kiera? Kayla, Amber, Sonetta. Ooh, where I get Kyla from? Her name was Sonetta. Tell your daughter, tell your daughter to sell some of them eggs and then put some of that money up and invest it. Let her play with some of it. Well, I say let her. She grown. You can't let her do nothing. But advise her. Say, okay, girl, if you make $100,000 selling your eggs, go on and take 30,000 of that and play around with it. Put the other 70,000 up. Invest it. Don't put it in no savings account. That ain't gonna make you no money. Take her to a broker and let a broker invest that $70,000 for her. And by the time she in her 50s, thinking about retirement, trying to figure it out, maybe that $70,000 would be a nice little piece of change for her. I'm just telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I wish I had done. Okay, I'm just telling you what I wish I had done. Let her play with 30,000. Let her go and buy her Louis Vuitton. Let her go on a trip with her friends. You know what I'm saying? Let her go to, I'm just saying, let her play with 30,000. Tell her to take that other 70,000 and take it to a real broker. Take her to a real broker and let her put it in some mutual funds or put it in some what's the thing called? I started buying. My niece hit me to it. If my niece is still here, she dropped down. My niece was the one that hit me to. I stopped buying like individual stock and I started buying into, what are they called? Damn it. Anyway, tell her to talk to some people. Thank you, Watch Maxine. Thank you. She's 21 and she wants to continue to live in New York City. Oh well, hell, yeah. I'm telling you, you still have your license. Oh yeah, take that. Yeah, tell her sell 1 or 2 of them eggs. That's it. ETF. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Tell her sell some of them eggs, and you give her some of that money to play with, and you tell her I'm gonna invest the rest of this. And she's 21 now, baby. By the time she's 41. Yep, certificate of deposit. Yeah, by the time she's 41, she'll be ready to do a little something. I ain't saying that's gonna make her be able to live off the rest of her life. I'm just saying these are things I wish I knew at 20. If I could do it all over again. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think it's the ETF is what I'm talking about. Because I've invested in a couple of those. I sold off a lot of my like just individual stock because I didn't have enough of it to really be making a lot of money. And I started investing in those and they've been doing pretty good. Anyway, moving right along. Wish I knew then what I know now. All right. So with that being said, moving right along. With that being said, That's when Amber approaches Kayla and lets Kayla know what she said wasn't cool. She didn't appreciate it. Then Kayla gonna say, "Oh, I didn't even know that was your niece, girl. It doesn't matter. You didn't need to know that that was her niece. What you needed to know was what you said was out of pocket and it was wrong. And again, just apologize. Be like, you know what? You're right. That wasn't cool. Making jokes about somebody being on drugs. You're right. That probably wasn't cool. But now to myself, well, I said something really nice first. You know what, Kayla? The more I look at you, Kayla, I really feel like there's some arrested development there. And I'm not saying that she's, I ain't trying to say she's got a learning disability or nothing like that. But I think there's some arrested development. Like, I feel like there's a part of you that is still an 18-year-old girl looking for some acceptance from a grown-ass man. I feel like that. And so just even the way she looked, the way she was sitting there looking just made me feel like, girl, something wrong with you. Did y'all see how she was just sitting there like, well, I said some really nice things first. Like, girl, that don't make it okay. I just feel like it's some arrested development there. So then that's when Sonetta, I don't know where I got I don't know where I got them other names from, but that's when Sonetta talked out. Right, she the one that she looked a little spaced out. Yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. So this is where Sonetta had a conversation with Tiffany, and she let Tiffany know what you said was offensive. Like, Stormy was offended by you telling her to go mop, and like you meant it, and she was offended by it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't disagree with Tiffany's response. Tiffany was like, okay, but I really wish that she would have just said something to me about it. Like, that's a conversation that we could have had. Just like me and Fumi were able to have a conversation. I was able to call her and we were able to, and I apologized for what I said to her, but I let her know that in that moment, I just didn't feel like that was the appropriate time for us to have that conversation. And she apologized for choosing that moment to have the conversation. And I apologized for what I said to her. And we were able to talk about it and we were able to be good. Like, we're good now. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't disagree. And I told y'all that last week. I told y'all last week that I didn't agree with how Stormy handled it. Stormy has a right to be offended. I would have probably been offended because I don't think Tiffany was playing. And we're going to get to that in a minute, Miss Tiffany. You weren't playing what you said. You meant what the fuck you said. But I feel like Stormy could have handled it better. Now, that's it. Take note, y'all. Sonetta is telling Tiffany about how Stormy possibly felt. Okay, we taking note. All right. Okay. We might be almost there because I think I had already talked about pretty much everything till we get to this. So Amber decides to invite the ladies to go to the Civil Rights Museum. Listen, that is a great Civil Rights Museum down there in Birmingham. If you've ever been to it, it's important later. Okay, but hold on, I'm gonna put it up here because I want you, because that might have something to do with my opinion. So I want you to. That might. Okay. What's up, French kids? Thank you. She wants all the ladies to meet down at the Civil Rights Museum and just kind of like, let's all hang out. We haven't had a chance to all hang out, since the whole couple night situation. Like, let's all hang out. Now, here's what I'm gonna say. And I know y'all hate it when reviewers say this, but I'm just gonna call a thing a thing. This situation right here, in my opinion, was a total production setup. And what I mean by that is this. Amber, you set this whole situation up. All the ladies were supposed to meet down to the Civil Rights Museum and what have you. We see Amber on her way talking to her friend. We're going to get back to that in a second. Stormy shows up. Nobody's there. Stormy and Chanel get there first and nobody's there. Stormy calls Amber. All of a sudden, Amber is like, girl, I'm so sorry. I was sick, because we know that the side effects of what she's doing to pull her eggs. We know her doctor said one of the side effects was that she could get sick, possibly. So she said she was sick. She had to go to the ER. She had been throwing up. She had to go to the ER. She had gotten up, got sick, was sick enough to go to the ER, was seen at the ER, got a prescription from the ER, and got back home all before they were supposed to meet at the damn museum. Now, let's be clear. I'm not saying she wasn't really sick. I believe 100% she was sick. But I also feel like, girl, it's your event. How you didn't call nobody, send a text, nothing. Y'all are in a whole group chat. Y'all, I'm on my way to the ER. I am probably not going to make it to the museum. Then Fumi, it's New York Fashion Week. Why we just finding out it's New York Fashion Week, Fumi? New York Fashion Week is New York Fashion Week. It's on the calendar all year long. Why didn't Amber know you? Why didn't we know Fumi wasn't coming? And then Kayla can't come because something happening with one of her kids. So now all of a sudden, this big group of people is down to just the two people that got the problem. I said, now, this was real convenient. I said, this was real convenient. Let me say this. When Tiffany was in a car with her friend talking, first of all, I really appreciated that conversation because I felt like that was a real conversation. That's really how friends talk to each other, right? Tiffany, even though Tiffany is not letting them ladies see her sweat, which I respect the hell out of, Tiffany was like, me and my husband went down to Atlanta. We had a good time. It was what it was. It does bother her, and I think it would bother most of us. I know some people had that I don't give a fuck attitude. I know some people had that, oh well, fuck them attitude. I got that. But I'm not one of those people. My feelings get hurt very easily. Now, I may not let you see my feelings are hurt, but my feelings get hurt very easily. And people, because I don't let people see that side of me a lot, people really think I'm joking sometimes when I say my feelings were hurt. Girl, your feelings weren't hurt. Why the fuck would I tell you my feelings were hurt if my feelings weren't hurt? So a lot of times I just don't say nothing because my feelings be hurt. Thank you. Thank you. So Tiffany's telling her friend about what happened. And Tiffany was like, girl, I was just joking. Like, I know that people may not get my sense of humor. People may not always understand my sense of humor, yada, yada, yada. But here's Tiffany. Here's when I knew you weren't joking about what you said. When you were talking to the other ladies, it was just a joke. It was just a joke. It was just a joke. But when you were talking to your girlfriend, you said it was a joke until your girlfriend let you off the hook. You said it was just a joke until your girlfriend let you off the hook. Because your girlfriend said, well, I think that some people just don't understand what it means to serve. Girl, what you mean? I mean, she said, some people don't understand what that means to serve. And Tiffany said, I know, right? Because I mean, she said, I mean, they're supposed to make sure everything was straight. And that was what their job was. And some people just don't understand what that means. And Tiffany was like, right, I understand. I know, right? So the minute you said that, Tiffany, I knew you weren't joking when you told that girl to mop. Because when your homegirl let you off the hook, then you said what you really felt. Now, had you said to your homegirl, no, I really was just joking. Like, I didn't expect her to really mop that damn floor. Then I'd be like, okay, Tiffany was joking. But when your homegirl said, yeah, because some people just don't understand what that means to serve, and you said, I know, and y'all continue to have a conversation of what that's supposed to be and what that looks like, I knew then, girl, you wasn't joking. You meant what you said. You wanted that girl to sweep that damn floor, mop that floor, whatever. So we end up with Tiffany and her homegirl, and Stormy and Chanel, her homegirl. They end up at the museum by themselves because everybody else conveniently can't be there, including the person who asked them to come. But okay. Hold on, what is this? Oh, sorry. This thing. Okay. I I don't think that implies she wasn't joking. Well, I don't know why you don't. I mean, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me. I'm just, that's how I took it. If somebody says, if I say to you, oh, I was just joking, but then I really expected you to do it, then that's not joking. I meant it. I meant that's what I wanted you to do. If I asked you to take my shoes off, and then I'm like, I'm just playing, and then I talked to the next person, I was like, and they wouldn't even take my shoes off. I wasn't joking. I meant what I said. But you know, it's all up for interpretation. So if Tiffany understood that she and Fumi could squash things with a grown woman conversation, why didn't she take that same approach with Stormmy? I feel like she did, though. See, this is where I guess we're going to disagree, because I feel like she did. She said to Stormmy, what that girl name is again? Child, Janetta. Hold on. Sonetta. Sonetta said that I may have offended you, and I just want to know, like, what was it that I did that offended you? See, here's where Stormmy irritated me. If somebody comes to you and asks you a question, why the fuck you can't just answer the question? Why couldn't you just say to her, well, no, I was offended. I was offended as hell when you asked me to mop that damn floor. That pissed me off, and I was offended by it, and I really wanted to punch you in your damn face. Why couldn't Stormmy say that? Why did Stormmy have to do the back and forth thing with her? Well, what did you hear? Well, what did she say I said? Well, do you think you offended me? Clearly, she don't think she offended you, because she fucking said it. And she didn't understand why you were mad at her. So she clearly doesn't know that she offended you. See, this is where people piss me off. And this is what I mean when I say we can't have these honest conversations, because an honest grown conversation would be if somebody comes to you and says, hey, so Sonetta told me that I offended you, and I want to just know what did I do? Now it's Stormy's place to say, this is what you did, because that's a grown folk conversation. That shit that Stormmy did would have pissed me the fuck off. I don't give a damn how wrong I was. I don't care what I said that offended her. I don't care what I did that offended her. The way that she chose to play tennis with me, that would have pissed me off. And I'd have been like, you know what? I'd have done the exact same thing Tiffany did. What the fuck? Do you want to talk about it or not? Like, do we want to have a conversation or not? I didn't understand that thank you, Cameron. Thank you, babes. I didn't understand why Stormmy did that. And I didn't understand what the issue was. If I knew what I had done to offend you, I would have already called you and apologized. I didn't know I fucking offended you. Tiffany really didn't know what she had done. And that's what I mean. Because she was like, girl, because in her mind, she was like, I was just playing. I thought we said it. We joked about it and we moved on. I didn't think, and I damn sure didn't think it was deep enough for me to get uninvited from the live. But clearly, so now Sonetta done told me, well, girl, this is what you did that offended her. And Sonetta said that may have offended her. Like what you said right here, Sonetta is telling Tiffany about how Stormmy possibly felt. So Tiffany still doesn't know if that's exactly what it was. So when she asked you, why the fuck couldn't you just say it, Stormmy? It wasn't nobody there. I mean, Tiffany was there with her homegirl. You were there with your homegirl. Like, it wasn't like it was a big crowd of people there. That pissed me off. I'm gonna just tell y'all the truth. And I'm not even on Tiffany's side in this, because I think that what Tiffany said was kind of fucked up. But the way Stormmy is handling it, I have a problem with. I have a problem with the way Stormmy is handling this. I didn't like the fact that she uninvited her without telling her that she uninvited her. Right? It's very passive aggressive. I didn't like the fact that she uninvited her without telling her. I thought that was fucked up. You invite somebody someplace and then you uninvite them by not telling them, by letting somebody else tell them. I thought that was kind of fucked up. And now this woman is asking you point blank, what did I do that offended you? And we can't have a conversation? I just didn't like it. And I know some people might be like, well, Stormmy, she ain't doing that. That's fine. We can all have our difference of opinion on that one, but I didn't like it. And if I was Tiffany, when Tiffany was like, well, girl, do you want to talk about it or not? Baby, I was Tiffany in that moment. Like, girl, Are we going to talk about this or not? Are we going to clear this up or not? Like, what are we doing now? We're just going to fight? I mean, we're just going to be mad at each other because of me making a little flippant comment that, yeah, okay, maybe I shouldn't have said it, but damn, was it that deep? Doing the exact same thing Amber did with Kayla. I agree. But at least Amber and Kayla had the conversation. I mean, Stormy kind of made them have the conversation. But when Stormy brought Kayla over there to have the conversation, they had it. When Fumi pulled Tiffany aside, Tiffany didn't necessarily like it, but they had the conversation. Then they circled back around and had a better conversation. Like, I just don't, it just, I was watching this and I was really like, the fuck? All the girls are clearly moving like they have to tiptoe and kiss Stormy's ass. I agree. I agree with that. Not Stormy's hat offended me. That's why Stormy asked her what Sonetta said. Like, dang, tell me what the girl said so she can answer appropriately. See, I don't think it matters. I don't think, so let me say this. I hear you, but I don't think it matters what Sonetta said because Stormy was offended. See, if Stormy wasn't offended and Stormy didn't know what was going on, then I could see Stormy being like, well, what did she tell you? Well, what did she say offended me? But the fact that you are offended, the fact that you feel some kind of, you done told everybody else, child, you done told your chief advisor, you done told you done told your social media manager, you done told everybody who will listen about how Tiffany offended you, except for fucking Tiffany. We have seen Stormy tell that same story to at least 4 different people. And then when the person who you have the issue with comes to you and says, hey, girl, I heard that I offended you. What exactly did I do? I need to know. I don't feel like it was on Tiffany. I feel like it was on Stormy. And I feel like Tiffany going to Stormy saying, hey, I heard that I offended you. Can we talk about it? Well, she was like, well, I don't know what Sonetta said to her. It doesn't matter what Sonetta said. What she said to you was, a little birdie told me that I offended you. What did I do? Can we talk about it? It doesn't matter who the fuck said it. It doesn't even matter what they said. I am now opening the dialogue. I am coming to you to have the conversation. Let's talk about it. It doesn't matter what Sonetta said. Honestly. Now, it would matter what Sonetta said if there was no issue. In my opinion, if Stormy didn't have an issue, then I could be like, well, what the hell did Sonetta tell you I said? Because I never said nothing. But you literally did, Stormy. Stormy knew exactly what she said because she told every damn body who would listen. Thank you. I agree. Right. So, Chrissy, Deborah, it doesn't matter what Sonetta said. Again, in my opinion, it only matters what Sonetta said if you did not know. I mean, if you didn't have a problem, if Sonetta was lying on you. Because then I could be like, well, then you'd be like, well, Sonetta is lying. I never said nothing, Tiffany. We're good. But that ain't what happened. And I was frustrated as the fuck. Okay? Because I'm watching it and I was frustrated. I can only imagine Tiffany's frustration. And again, I'm not even team Tiffany. But y'all, when I say y'all, I don't mean y'all. I mean the way production set this up. Y'all making me be team Tiffany. Because I think y'all want me to, and I'm talking about me, not y'all. Y'all want me to hate Tiffany so bad. But I really, after watching these episodes, Tiffany ain't my problem. Do I think Tiffany can be problematic? Yes. Yes. I absolutely believe that Tiffany could be problematic. But Tiffany ain't my problem. Stormy is a punk. Lots of talk. I don't believe hands come with their highly sensitive. and me and her will fight. I don't like punk. Oh, wow. Okay, V Spence. It's evident they have chosen Tiffany's edit this season. Yeah. And that's why I said it's clear that they want Tiffany to be the villain. But for me, she's not the villain to me. And again, I'm not saying she's innocent. But so far, Tiffany ain't really getting on my nerves. I mean, a little bit. A little bit. No, we about to get off here right now and do Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills starts in 3 minutes. It's already the redirect is on because I'm done. I'm done, child. Let's get over to the other side. We're gonna be talking about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I'm gonna be honest, we'll get there. Let's go. I'm out. Thank you, Tracy, because I'm not pushing it back. We about to head over there right now. All right, y'all. See y'all in 3 minutes or less. 3 minutes or less.